No way, you're on a dinghy?
Yeah, man. We're going down to Puerto Vallarta.
No way, on a dinghy?
Right now, Tom and I.
You're doing it.
The gap is above you.
We got the wind here, we got the swell hitting us here, so it just started pushing us.
It's real, we're in a dinghy in the ocean.
Tom's gonna be pissed that I'm waking him up, but whew, that's okay. It's too late now. Anyways, he's awake now. Night one. Oh my God. Yes, it's tight. It's really comfy, really friggin' hot. Like, so hot. I was like boiling. I love it. It's perfect. Anyways, we kicked ass making this place nice. Look at this guy in the morning. Look at this.
Don't look at me.
This is a good start to the trip, I can tell you that right now.
Put some clothes on.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Good morning. Just got up. It's about 8 a.m. Day 2 on Friday Harbour, Northwest Pacific Coast. It's beautiful here. It's cold. I know I keep saying it's cold. So we're just gonna organise the boat a little bit and have some breakfast. We've got 2 days to get 220 miles to a safe Columbia River because there's some really bad weather coming. We need to duck out of that, so we've got probably about 150, maybe more miles of that is going to be out in the open. So today we're going to close that gap a little bit. I think we should comfortably be able to do 150. So let's see what happens.
So we stopped off for some last-minute supplies before we hit the open ocean, including an almanac.
It's probably worth having, eh?
Which gives us all the information we need in regards to ports, harbour entries, what channel to be on, anchorages, and much more information.
We're gonna head to Port Angeles, maybe Nia Bay. We really want to get into Columbia before that weather starts. 7-meter swells outside of the Columbia. I don't think we'll be going in.
If we don't make it by Monday.
Monday night, yeah. It's important.
So the Columbia River is notoriously dangerous, even in the best conditions. So when you've got 7-meter swells on their way, we take this very seriously. They call the Columbia River the Pacific Graveyard because of the amount of shipwrecks it's claimed. Why is it so dangerous? Because you have the current from the river heading west, and you have the predominantly westerly winds coming straight back at it. And then adding swell to that, it creates a very dangerous river mouth.
So that's us finished here in Friday Harbour. All we need to do now is fuel up and head off. That's the plan. Let's go. So it's 80 gallons we just put in, which is just over 300 litres, and that's going to cost $400. $1.20 per litre. That's pretty good.
Next goal, Nia Bay, and then into the Columbia River before the big storm on Monday night. We're gonna head over probably directly to Port Angeles, run the coast all the way up to Nia Bay. The wind is going to be blocked by the coastline, so if we can like hug that shore, we probably will stay out of any swells and the breeze. It's supposed to be an amazing day this afternoon. I think we're gonna get lucky.
Friday Harbour to Nia Bay is about 80 miles. So maybe that's going to be our final destination today. Maybe we get there, research, maybe we'll go around the corner. We'll see what happens. So we've just lost our chart plotter. We're just cruising along and all of a sudden it just went off. So Daryl's gone down below to see what that's all about. It should be something pretty simple to fix, and Daryl's on it.
Here, I'll show you what's happening. This bounced out in the wave and it's got to go into this. So I'm just going to resplice the two to get them back together to get our new plotter back up, and we'll go from there. How was that? Day 1. Well, day 1 of like a good run.
Crystal clear, glassy,
Yeah.
no wind, but the second half, it wasn't big swell, just the sea state was all over the place. I think the wind was about 14, 15 knots.
Yeah.
But we're here now, we made it to
Nia Bay. I've never been here. You've definitely never been here. So it looks like we're a couple days in front of this big storm, and we're gonna try and make it to the Columbia River. Let's see if we can do it.
All right, so we're just pulling into Nia Bay Marina. This is the most northern point of the west coast of the States, right at the top there, just before it gets to Canada. We're about 5 nautical miles from that corner. So tomorrow we're gonna be heading east and then turning the corner into the Pacific, heading south. Nia Bay seems like it's obviously a fishing village, little quaint little place. Today was a good day. We made it about 85 miles, and tomorrow is gonna be the big day where we're going to the Pacific. Let's go. Those are the biggest mussels I've ever seen in my life. They're huge. They're like bigger than my hand. If I was going to spread my hand out from thumb to little finger, not quite that big. What happened here, you reckon, Darren? I just called you Darren.
Coming soon to the bottom near you.
Look at this.
Do it again.
It's cold.
Yeah. What are you making?
We roasted a chicken a couple of days ago before we left, the day we left. And then we got some, what is it? Ravioli.
Let's go check out the inside. We built a shelf and it holds all of our stuff. It's actually really nice to have. This is our diesel heater up top, so you have to open the vents just to let some air flow. And of course all of our stuff. There's my new logo. Check it out. Tomorrow is a big day. We're heading to the Columbia River, which is one crazy entrance. I'm so excited. We have a little bit of time, so we're gonna check out and go inland and see what happens.
We got up early this morning, about 6:30. So we really got a big day ahead of us today. We want to try to do 140 miles, but the wind is looking like sort of 15 to 20 knots, so it's probably going to be gusting a bit higher than that. And swell is looking at 3-meter swells with 10-second intervals. So we've got about 5 miles to go to get around that point, and we're just going to have to go around and see what it's like when we get there. 3-meter swell isn't too bad with 10-second intervals, as long as the sea state isn't bad. But with that amount of wind, we could be in trouble. So yeah, like I said, we've got 140 miles with not too many places we can duck away and hide. There's only 2 marinas on the way. If we do duck away and hide somewhere, we're probably going to be stuck there for about 4 days. If we turn around and come back, so be it. Safety is number one for us. We're just fueling up now, then we'll head off. Exciting and scary. He's got his shorts. You're not cold?
No.
51.5 liters yesterday, Tom.
Gallons?
Gallons.
It's 200 litre.
That's good news, man. That's really good
Well,
news.
80 miles? 200 litres in 80 miles? Is that good? I
I
wouldn't
think
know.
so, yeah. It is rough, you guys. Woo! I love this.
I literally just turned the corner and the swell is just hitting us on the nose. We've just made our way a bit close towards the coastline, and actually the waves have just halved in height. It's a bit more doable, and it should get better when we get round this point. We're still heading out of the Juan de Fuca, but as soon as we come out of that channel, the swell should be sort of coming from behind us a bit more, which will make life a bit easier.
Love it.
So that's it, we're in the Pacific. Yeah. We've just come in between the mainland and Tatoosh Island. We are probably averaging about 18 knots, which is pretty good for these conditions. You reckon, big dog?
Well, we're just taking it easy and not trying to burn ourselves out at the beginning. So we have a long way to go, like a long way.
Yeah.
You know, going through the cut there and the waves, you know, there was one that came and I was like, is it gonna crest? Is it gonna crest? And yeah, so that was just a great feeling to like just do that first challenge, I guess.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
That's what it
It
is.
does seem like there's one. Yeah,
One checkbox, done.
we've completed one step of the journey.
Yep.
We're in the Pacific. We were just cruising along, chatting away, and then the alarm went off for no oil.
We didn't bring
Yeah.
enough oil, I don't think. That's a lot of oil we're gonna need.
A lot of oil and very, very expensive oil.
$900 for 40 liters or 10 gallons.
$915 Canadian dollars.
That just happened. We checked the oil, we filled it up. We couldn't actually get the engine to start again without the oil thing banging on. Now, we did end up after a while and we got the flow going through it. It did work and now it seems like we're okay.
It took a little while, so we were a little bit worried because we're not that far offshore. It's pretty rough out there, and straight away we're drifting. You know, we got the wind here, we got the swell hitting us here, so it just started pushing us. We got a reef. We had a reef to our port side pushing us straight there. So we do have two other engines on the back, two smaller ones, so we can get ourselves out of trouble. Basically, we messed up. It only lasted 100 miles. We thought it was going to be longer, so we didn't actually check. But now we know we've learned that lesson.
That made it real, to be honest. That was
Yeah.
like, it's real. We're in a dinghy in the ocean.
So we're about 20 minutes away from the entrance of the Columbia River, and what's crazy is the amount of buoys in the water. Whoa. I don't know what they are. Maybe they're crab pots, maybe they're long lines. I'm not sure, but they are everywhere. Every 50 meters to 100 meters there's another one, and there's like 3 buoys all tied to each other. If you came through here on a sailboat at night, you'd clean them all up. You'd have a fucking terrible time.
It's got us? Okay, we just ran over a crab pot. The gaff is above you.
I can't easily describe to you how scary this was. I've had things wrapped around the prop in the past on a sailboat. I've gotten in and uncleared it. But this was different. This was a small boat and only 2 of us on there. It was freezing cold. The sea state was all over the place. The water was not inviting. It's not the kind of water I would want to be in.
Tell me if you need me, Tom.
If I did go in, it would be completely up to Daz to find me on his own, and that would not have been easy in this situation. So it was safe to say I wasn't comfortable.
I knew I couldn't turn in time, so I put the engine in neutral and I quickly flicked off the key. That worked really damn nice. We went into the line, it fucking stopped the motor. It stopped the boat, Tom.
Yeah,
It fucking
It
pulled.
pulled us backwards.
Yeah, and then the water was almost coming over the back. Tom's trying to get it. And yeah, he's the hero of the day for this one.
We saw it a few meters before we actually ran over it, but there was no chance of turning, so. Lucky Daryl's quick.
I was just thinking about you today. That's weird that you're calling me.
Well, I'm here with Tom Hudson, and we're just about to enter the Columbia River.
Watch out for the bar. Are you on a sailboat or a powerboat?
Yeah,
Powerboat.
we're on a powerboat. The dinghy.
Oh, no way. You're on the dinghy?
Yeah, man. We're going down to Puerto Vallarta
No way, on a dinghy?
right now, Tom and I.
You're doing it. Oh, you guys are fucking awesome. Dude, have some fun. My advice to you both is to take some video of the whole thing.
Oh, we are.
Oh, you're on video now.
Yep. Awesome.
So 2 hours before we arrived at the Columbia River, we checked online to see if it was open, and everything was fine. It said it was open. But when we got to the river and we radioed ahead to tell them that we're coming through, they asked us how big our vessel was. And when we told them it was 20 feet, they were very surprised and told us we can't enter, and that the minimum is 30 feet. But we had 7-meter swells arriving tomorrow, and it was 5 p.m. The next closest port is 2 hours away. So there was no way we were going to try to make it to another port, in the dark, in the swell, surrounded by fishing buoys. We called the Coast Guard. They've said that it's closed and we can't get in. The next spot is like 2 hours away. And they just said, sorry, it's closed. And so we're saying, well, hang on, we're out here. What are we meant to do? You know, you can't just send us away. We're out here in the weather. And so they're sort of like,
why are you coming in? What's your intentions? We're coming in to get out of this weather. And they're kind of like, no. Which is kind of bizarre. Then we had a phone call. Daryl had a phone call with them.
He was nice.
And the guy was really nice. And he said, don't worry, we'll get you in tonight. It's just after 5 now and the sun's going down. So we're going to start losing light. But they have assured us that they will get us in. The swell coming up, like, look at that one. Jesus. It's the swell is decent. I think they said they're going to send a boat out to guide us in, which is going to feel pretty good. I've been checking all afternoon, like hours before we arrived. There's updates, regular updates, and it all says no restrictions. Anybody can enter. So we think, okay, great. Even now it still says no restrictions. We just checked now. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but it says it was last updated at 4:40, and it says in green there, no restrictions. So we were here at 4:30, but apparently there's restrictions. Still a bit nervous, to be honest, but we're going to get in. I'm confident of that.
Oh, I'm happy after talking to him. I was like, just to be clear, what's next? Are we getting, like, what's the plan? He's like, you're getting in tonight. We just got to give it a few, and it'll calm right down. And I said, okay, what's the worst? We don't get in tonight. And he said, no, we'll tell you in if that's the case.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would. Well, I guess we'll
so
find out.
So we're getting in. Perfect. Stay tuned. Here we go.
Vessel Kenobi, this is U.S. Coast Guard on Channel 16, over.
Okay, so the Coast Guard is next to us. They're gonna
Save us if we don't make it.
send up a illumination flare. They're starting to get pretty serious.
Shut up!
Well,
We are at 46 degrees, 12.128 north.
I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for watching. I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button, subscribed, and even left a comment. It would really mean a lot to me. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to support my channel, then it would be a great honor if you could become a patron. Just click the link in the description below. Becoming a patron isn't just about helping me out. It's about backing the lifestyle I've strived to build. Hopefully showing others not to be afraid to live a life of adventure. Thanks for being a part of the ride.